again, everybody. Lance Russell and Dave Brown right along ringside, all ready to go with another big day championship wrestling. Dave, and we're about set and ready to go.
Oh, I tell you, we got a big day coming up today. Steve Regal will be here in the opening match. He'll be going against Bill Smithson. Then Robert Gibson goes against handsome Jimmy Valiant in a single match. And immediately after that, it'll be Rick Gibson going against Bub Smith. Jerry Ralph will be back. He will be going against the Superstar, making his return to wrestling today. Bill Dundee will be here. And tag team match coming up, an expiration of time match with Rick Morton and Paul Ellering on one side of the ring. On the other, it'll be the King, Jerry Lawler, and his partner will be Jimmy Hart.
Ooh, hey, I kind of like that, as
Yes,
a matter of
indeed.
fact. I think in addition to all of the others, that's going to be some kind of tag match we'll be interested in seeing. It's all going to happen right here today on Championship Wrestling, so you stay right there. Call a friend. Tell them to get ready. The action begins right after we take time out for this.
A nuclear nightmare. An Ayatollah shows his stripes. A pontiff discovers America. Man's distant past. The Navy's future. Taxes, inflation, Cuba, the kingdom of oil, opera's golden voice, Hollywood's new faces. There isn't a subject under the sun or an issue on your mind that you won't find covered in the pages of Time. For Time is the news magazine that does the homework for your headwork. The very real stories of the news that's happening to you. And if you'll try Time now, we'll send you about half a year at half the single copy price. And this brand new 1980 Hammond Almanac free. The Almanac brings you a world of facts, and Time brings you a world of news every week. From Time's revealing cover stories and exclusive interviews to its movie, music, and book reviews, you cover it all. Sports, medicine, religion, science, business. You get it all in the lively writing and colorful pages of just one magazine. Information you won't find anywhere else. News you can talk about, think about, use. Time. It's the news magazine that invented the news magazine. And for more than half a century, it's been the magazine for people who care about knowing. You'll find Time useful too, especially in the critical news year ahead. It will keep you up, tune you in, and take you everywhere. Time's cover price is $1.25, but you can subscribe now at our basic rate of only 59 cents an issue. That's 27 issues for $15.97, and we pay the postage. Just phone this toll-free number to order Time and to get your 1980 Almanac as a dividend. Time is yours for only 59 cents an issue, while the Almanac comes free with your paid subscription. Our operators are standing by. Phone toll-free 800-621-8200. That's 800-621-8200. Remember, Time is half the cover price. The phone call and the Almanac are free.
This will be a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. Introducing on the left of your screen from Nashville, Tennessee, 229 pounds, Bill Smithson. Going against him from Indianapolis, Indiana, 224 pounds, Steve Regal. One fall, 15-minute time limit. Referee Paul Morton.
Okay, it didn't take us long to get this one underway. The old Golden Boy, Steve Regal, going against Bill Smithson today, Davey.
Smithson with a weight advantage, but not much. Only about 5 pounds. Steve Regal. Boy, he has really developed as a wrestler in the few short months that he's been around these parts. Down to the mat, Bill Smithson, covered by Regal. Count of 1 is all he can get. Smithson still got a lot of fight in him. Regal backed into the ropes. Referee Paul Morton right there. Calls for a break. Wants a clean one. Let's watch Smithson. Yeah, fires a right knee to the midsection. Steve Regal takes a wrist lock and rides Smithson down to the mat with it. Back on the ropes. Paul Morton is there again, calling for a break, and this time Smithson with some semblance of a clean break as he backs to the center of the ring. Regal again back onto the ropes by Smithson. Regal setting up on the hold and actually shoving him over to the ropes. Not a bad move by Smithson because that does get the hold broken. Regal drops him to the mat. Smithson bounced on his head. Body slam by Regal. 1. Count of 2 is all Steve can get. And the action continues in a 1-fall, 15-minute time limit match. We're 2 minutes into the action right now. Smithson again, driving Regal back to the turnbuckles. Well, he broke the last one clean, but not this one. Smithson comes out of it with a side headlock on Steve. Fist to the top of the head. Steve Regal in the side headlock. Knuckle again. This time Steve's had enough of it. He pops Smithson with a right hand and puts him in a side headlock. Regal puts Smithson on the mat. Shoulders down briefly. Referee started the count. Got to 1. There's another 1 count. Smithson rolls Steve Regal over. He had to. There he goes again, trying to roll those shoulders up. He got a 2 count. And again, Steve Regal shoulders down briefly. Regal backed onto the ropes again by Bill Smithson. Smithson with the headlock on Regal. Takes him over to the ropes. Trying to hang on to the ropes. Regal trying to get him off his feet, and he does. Regal came up with a face lock on it. Couldn't maintain it. And Smithson, with his shoulder, drives Steve back into the turnbuckle. He shoved him back in there again after the referee had called for the break. Smithson shoulders down briefly, able to get the left one up, stop the count.
Steve's got a lot of pressure in that, what looks like a very simple hold, but it's a very effective one. The way he has the leg hooked and that shoulder pinned down with his knee.
Indeed. Steve's also in a position where he's got most of his body weight over
his
opponent's body.
Exactly.
That, you got to say, is a good move for Smithson. He pulled himself under the ropes, and again, that does get the hold broken. Well, the fans don't like to see it, but
yeah, a lot of times the fans really get irritated about that, but it's just good, smart wrestling. Go to that ropes, get that break.
I don't like to see it either sometimes, but it can be a good move, can be an effective move.
I guess Smithson thought that was a good move, pulling Regal's hair, as long as you can get away with it.
No, that's true. Back on the rope, Steve Regal. Bill Smithson fires him across the ring. Drops him over the back. Smithson in the air. Drops with the elbow. But Steve Regal saw him coming. Moved out of the way. Smithson using a right fist. Again, he's done it before. He did it once earlier in the match, and Regal had enough, and he popped him with a right hand. Regal rolls him down. 1, 2, 3. Got it. 5 minutes, 18 seconds. And Steve Regal comes away with a victory over Bill Smithson.
Yeah, it prevailed in there. The experience and the expertise of Regal came through over Bill Smithson as he converted that backdrop. Smithson thought he had him going as it was a second backdrop on him, and he took it and rolled him right up into a crab pin position and got himself a 1, 2, 3. What was time on it?
All over 5 minutes, 18 seconds.
5 minutes, 18 seconds. We got more wrestling action coming up for you. We're going to be back to it in just one moment. All right, back to championship wrestling in Wave Country here coming up in just a moment. In fact, I want to remind you, Tuesday night, what a night. We'll give you the whole card a little bit later on. Listen to 3 of the matches. Back Alley Street Brawl, handicap match. Jerry Jarrett going to be going in there against Jimmy Hart. Jarrett's feet will be tied. Southern heavyweight title match. Handsome Jimmy defends against Ken Lucas. World heavyweight title match. The superstar, Bill Dundee, challenges Jerry the King Lawler. All of it in the Gardens next Tuesday.
Let me talk for just a minute about this back alley street brawl. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, they're going there with their clothes
with
on.
their clothes on, and the match is not over until somebody's got all their clothes off. And Jerry Jarrett is going to have his feet tied together. And, man, do you know what this is going to be, the opportunity for Jimmy Hart of a lifetime? They've pulled this man's pants down. They've tried to embarrass him in public. Well, let me tell you something, Jerry Jarrett. This is going to be our chance to see what